Titans issues 2 to 4 heads to the past where Robin readies the Titans to get the drop on Brother Blood, but when they raid his temple, they find the Justice League have already dealt with the villain. The team leave, upset that the League could just sweep in and take out their one nemesis, dealing with him in just minutes. Starfire believes that a person's mortal enemy should be off limits to anyone else, and Donna wonders if they will even be as good as the Justice League. Robin doesn't think so, since they are going to be better. In the present, the Titans find Wally West has been killed, prompting the shocked heroes to try and figure out what to do now. Starfire knows they need to call Linda, and Nightwing agrees to do it, leaving the room to call her as the team mourn their loss. Beast Boy laments how it wasn't meant to be this way as Nightwing returns, revealing that Linda didn't answer. Wally did. Wally arrives a nanosecond later, shocked to see his own dead corpse. Garfield hugs his friend, glad to see that he's not dead in a pool of his own blood, and they get to work trying to figure out who this person really is. They take the dead Wally to their med lab, figuring out that it's Wally West from their world, and Nightwing thinks it's possible that this is a Wally from the future, and after being shot, he had just enough time to travel back in time to tell them to solve his murder before it happens. Dick points out the melted rubber on the soles of Wally's boots is the same rubber that is on the cosmic treadmill, and he found traces of wood smoke from a forest fire, and seeing as that he was shot in the back at close range, it's possible that he was shot by someone he knows and trusted. Oracle suddenly contacts the team, telling them of a massive blast that took out a massive chunk of the forest in Borneo, and the fire is spreading at an alarming rate. Beast Boy wants to go now since there are so many different species that only exist in that forest, and they are all in danger. Nightwing tells Wally that he and the Flash are staying behind, but Wally refuses to sit this one out, wondering if Dick thinks he can stop him. Dick knows he can, prompting Victor to ask if he has contingencies for all of his friends just like Batman does. Dick says he does, given that the power levels within the team require him to have them, but he won't hide those contingencies away like Batman would. He tells the team that the chaotic nature of the fire will allow someone to get close to Flash, and if they are going to fight for the future, they need to start now. Donna agrees, telling Wally to stay behind with Nightwing so they can investigate his body. Dick tells Donna to lead the mission, surprising her, but she quickly rallies the team and takes them to Borneo. Starfire begins searching for what could have started this fire as Garfield leads the team to help as many creatures as he can get away from the fire front. The other three heroes head for the nearby dam, and Donna reminds the team that Peacemaker said forces were attempting mass environmental destruction, and destroying Borneo destroys one of Earth's lungs. Cyborg wishes that they had someone on the team who could control water, but Tempest hasn't agreed to join the team yet. Donna knows their teleportation and gravity guns will work just as well as they begin gathering the water. Beast Boy meanwhile turns into a monkey and tries to lead some others out of the forest, but becomes trapped by the water. Raven hears his calls for help, teleporting the water from the dam over the fire and putting it out. It's too late though, as all of the monkeys are dead and Garfield only managed to save one baby. He demands to know who did this as Starfire returns with a bulldozer owned by the people illegally tearing down the forest. Garfield becomes enraged, growing in size as he tries to attack the captured men, but Cyborg stops him, since the deforestation operation couldn't possibly have caused all of this destruction so quickly. He scans the fiery crater, finding the energy is actually Tamaranian in nature. Later at the Titan's Tower, Donna wants to talk about her being made to lead the team, but Corey doesn't want to since it's day one for them and all they have done is react to disasters and deal with the future murder of a friend, so they don't have time for petty internal drama. Corey assures her that she came up with a strategy and put the fire out in only minutes, and if Donna is going to lead the team, then she will follow her. As Cyborg continues moving their things into the tower, Garfield comments about how it'll be nice to be all under the same roof again, but they can't ignore the dead Flash in the room. Victor jokes that he's already been moved to another room and maybe Garfield can help with the unpacking, but Garfield pretends he doesn't have the motivation, though he did unpack the TV. He turns on the TV and the team find Brother Blood is giving an interview to a late night talk show host. Brother Blood reveals that he isn't using that name anymore and instead he wants to be called Brother Eternity, and he now leads the Church of Eternity. The host asks how at such a young age he rose to be the leader of the church, and the man thinks that he became leader since he said what people wanted to hear. He tells the people watching that he understands other religions have been corrupted by money and people who think that their God wants them to have wealth, but the Church of Eternity believes in all people of all walks of life and wants them to all flourish at the same time. them. He reveals that they think that this world is ending and they don't have to end with it, talking about hospitable planets out there that even some of their heroes like Starfire and Superman have come from. So they have been building probes and sending out crewed missions to find places to resettle their Earth, and everyone is free to join them. The host asks how Brother Eternity responds to those who think this is all just a cash grab, but the man thinks that all religions are shameless cash grabs, but they only offer something for the living and ask only for what their followers can afford, and essentially they are crowdfunding the continuation of the human race. The host mentions that Brother Blood's past with the superheroes might be a problem, and the man holds himself accountable, knowing that the Church of Blood has been monstrous and heroes like the Titans stood against them, and it's why he's proud to announce that Tempest, the former Titan, is now going to be joining the Church of Eternity. Garth joins Brother Eternity on the stage, shocking the still watching Titans. Later at the Church of Eternity, Beast Boy infiltrates through the roof, getting rid of the security guards and allowing Nightwing to enter. Garfield asks why they couldn't just use a boom tube to get in, but Dick reminds him that they are trying to be stealthy, and boom tubes go, well, boom. The duo head deeper into the church to look for any evidence that Brother Eternity isn't what he says he is publicly. The duo hear chanting, but Garfield reminds Dick that chanting isn't necessarily a bad thing since many religions do it. But when they enter the main church, they find a group of cloaked beings worshipping Trigon, getting ready to sacrifice a woman and some other prisoners to him. Beast Boy finds that quite disappointing, leaping into action to save the woman. The cult leader demands his followers get into the pool of blood to harness the dark power, as Garfield tells the leader that he was really rooting for them having turned over a new leaf, but they really put a dent in his optimism with the demonic pool of blood. The demon-powered men attack as Nightwing calls in the rest of the Titans. Flash wants to go, but Donna tells him that this isn't happening since he's still in danger. Starfield backs Donna up, apologizing for benching Wally, who figures the team knows something that they aren't telling him. Raven reveals that Cyborg ran tests on his future dead body and discovered that he is supposed to die within the next 48 hours. Wally still wants to go and help the team since they put all of themselves in danger and he can't be expected to just sit idle while they risk their lives. Donna relents and allows Flash to come along as Nightwing and Beast Boy continue to defend the prisoners of the Church of Eternity. Dick fills the arriving Titans in on what they are up against, but sees that Wally is with them. Unable to stop to sort it out, Nightwing tells the team to save the kidnapped people and track down Tempest. Garth suddenly appears, asking his friends what is going on, and he tells the team to keep the people all alive until they work this all out. Tempest joins his friends in battle against the fully powered Church of Blood followers, keeping the followers contained within the church walls as they take them all down quick. With the threat dealt with, the heroes find the tied-up Brother Eternity in the back, freeing him and allowing him to reveal that these people were a group who weren't too happy with how he changed the church, and he was set to be sacrificed to Trigon. Donna figures that the church will do what all churches do and try to handle this internally, but Brother Eternity wants the authorities involved to deal with the cult members. He asks if Raven could deal with the pool of blood, and she agrees to seal it shut, as the former villain thanks the Titans for rescuing him. Beast Boy asks Garth why he wants to be part of such a church, and Garth says that he no longer goes by that name and he wants to join them since nothing seems to have changed in the world despite all they have done, and the world is still on track to be destroyed. Beast Boy implores Garth to work with them to see the world doesn't end, but Garth reveals that he wants everyone to leave Earth, just like Brother Eternity does, since he doesn't believe the world can survive humanity. Raven tells Beast Boy that Garth has made up his mind, and Brother Eternity promises them that Tempest will achieve great things for them. The team warn him that they will be watching him, and if they hurt Garth, Beast Boy promises to turn into a tapeworm that Brother Eternity will find very uncomfortable. An hour later at the Titan's Tower, Raven tells the team that she sensed nothing unusual about Tempest, however his mind was strangely blank. Flash reveals that he stole something from Brother Eternity, revealing a giant meteor he found in a hidden room while searching the church at super speed before they left. Starfire seemingly recognizes it as back at the church, Brother Eternity finds his meteor is gone from his secret room, catching the Flash on the security camera that was in the room. He tells Garth that he played his part well in the ruse but requires something more to him. He tells the hero to open his mouth as a strange alien tentacle parasite comes out of Brother Eternity's mouth and enters Garth, as he tells him to go and visit his friends. Back at the tower, Raven finds Garfield on the roof, asking if he's okay. Garfield knows that she can literally sense his emotions, so she doesn't need to ask. He tells her that he is upset about Tempest turning his back on Earth and humanity, and he finds himself also thinking that the world could be doomed. Raven tells him to stand up since she wants to help him, flying out into the city with them. She tells him that being the daughter of a demon, she knows all about pain and suffering, feeling helplessness and uselessness at many points in her life, and it's easy to be overwhelmed by the burden that falls on you alone. She tells Garfield that he doesn't have to save the world alone though, and the Titans are there for him and can help. She stops suddenly and begins to feel fear, as below them, some men threaten some kids from Haven, telling them that they aren't welcome in their city. Beast Boy scares them by becoming a tiger, lunging at them from the darkness of the alley as the men run right into a portal Raven opens. The kids wonder where the men went to as Commissioner Sawyer is told that two guys just turned up in one of their holding cells. The officer thinks that Raven will be along soon with an explanation as Beast Boy meets with the kids, who say that they are going to paint their cats green in honor of the hero. Raven asks a witness to follow up with a report with Bloodhaven PD as Garfield wants to continue doing good acts around the city. At the tower, the rest of the team investigate the meteor Flash stole from the Church of Eternity and how it could be tied to the Tamarinian blast in the Borneo jungle. Nightwing has a theory, but Raven returns, telling the team that Beast Boy wishes to see them all. Garfield meets with the team and tells them that they are supposed to protect the world, and all they've done is just put out a forest fire, and the forest is still gone. So why are they still just fighting the symptoms? Starfire tells him that they can do more, and it's why Garfield feels like they should go back to Borneo and he wants to headline the reforestation effort. Nightwing finds that a great idea, relegating leadership of the team to Garfield. Wally tells them that he could plant 1,000,000 trees real quick, but the team don't want him going out again since he's meant to die in the next 24 hours. The team remind him that he travelled back in time to solve his murder, but Wally refuses to hide away in the face of danger again. Linda comes by, telling her husband to listen to his friends. Wally thinks that his friends called her, calling it a low blow, but Linda doesn't think so, since his friends care about him a lot, and they are including her in this instead of keeping it from her and putting her in the dark. Linda implores Wally to just stand still for 24 hours and she'll stand with him, assuring him that Wallace is looking after the kids. Beast Boy wants to get started on their new mission as in Borneo, a group of soldiers raid a village, putting the villagers on trucks to get them out of the area. They hear an explosion, prompting them to move faster and decide to kill the villagers instead. Before they can shoot them all, Beast Boy ambushes them, telling them his faith in humanity is really being tested today. The soldiers open fire, but Starfire protects the villagers as Donna rounds them up and escapes with them. Raven makes the soldiers drop their weapons, noting how they are just mercenaries hired by someone. Cyborg contacts the team and reveals that they aren't just regular mercenaries, they are the demolition team, as a giant bulldozer enters the village, crushing down the houses. Back at Titan's tower, Garth comes by to find Linda all alone. Linda hugs her old friend, sitting with him and wanting to know what's going on. Garth says that he wanted to apologize to Beast Boy for what happened at the church, but Linda tells him that Garfield and the team are out at the moment and Wally is off with Nightwing. Garth is glad that they are all alone though, vomiting up the monstrous alien parasite which Brother Eternity gave him, and it infects Linda. Flash and Nightwing soon return, happy to see Garth again. Tempest makes it known that he hasn't changed his mind about joining the Titans, he just wants to apologize to Beast Boy, but guesses that he'll come back when he's home. Dick tells him he's welcome anytime, and Wally reveals that they found something in the church and he should be careful. Garth assures him that he is being careful and he believes in Brother Eternity, and his eyes are wide open to it all. At an undisclosed location, Amanda Waller looks at footage of the Titans dealing with the demolition team, angered that they would blunder into such a political nightmare, as 3 different nations currently control Borneo. Peacemaker asks if he should put a team on it, but Waller warns him off of it, wanting the Titans to overreach themselves and make more enemies, since they can use this situation to their advantage, wanting the Doctor brought to her. Peacemaker is creeped out by the Doctor, but follows his orders as the Titans continue to battle the mercenaries, stopping the bulldozer in its tracks. Oracle contacts Cyborg, telling him that Nightwing is ready for him. Victor tells the team that he's got to go and they can absolutely handle the mercenaries without him, promising that he won't be long though. Cyborg heads back to the tower, revealing to Flash that they are going to keep him for the next 24 hours in their trophy room. Wally is confused since he never saw a trophy room in the tower when he looked around it, but Victor tells him it's not in the tower, since keeping overpowered mystical souvenirs inside a super team's base is a terrible idea. Nightwing knows that it made places like the Watchtower and the Hall of Justice targets for supervillains, and they learned from the mistakes of the other teams. Cyborg opens a boom tube to Mars and takes them to a T-shaped base the team built on the planet before leaving for Borneo again. Nightwing thanks Wally for agreeing to this, and the hero thinks it won't be getting any safer than this as the parasite-infected Linda watches for her chance to strike.